Here's another Yambits comparison. I bought some foot peg rubbers from them. They look pretty good. This is a Yamaha part. Yamaha, Yambits. They do have a lot of flashing on them, but they look pretty good. I may trim some of that flashing so that it's not so pronounced. These fit right on, but there's this big gap thing here. So I believe these have a metal plate in them. So I may take these things and try to get a bend over here just a little bit so that it sits a little bit more flush on the base plate. I really only bought them because this one's chunked off here, the kickstart side, which I've seen on many of these foot pegs. These foot peg rubbers ended up working quite well. I was able to get a little bend. Here I put these in the vise and bent the tips down a little bit so that they're not sticking up on the end anymore. Polished up the metal parts. It's looking pretty good. And then these guys, I was able to deflash these rubbers. They had a lot of extra flashing on them and they fit quite nice. It's looking good. I had to clean all the mold release off of all of these things. They were slippery. In one of my earlier videos, I mentioned that a polishing guy was going to take these things and the wheels and something else, I don't remember, and polish them up for me, and he never did. He faded out, so I have to do something about this now. There, that's fixed. These parts I had powder coated, I would say 6 or 8 years ago, and put them away. They were actually allocated for this bike. Well, let's see. I'm going to use them if I can find these exhaust bungs that were removed 6 or 8 years ago. Yikes. I have no idea what I did with the ones I took out. I actually had 2 sets of those things powder coated. I don't know what I did with the bungs, but I didn't realize these things just kind of pop right out of there. But I do have one that's pretty well screwed up, so I gotta go dig through my spare parts and see if I can find one more of these. Fix that problem. I got 2 bungs now. There's one. I need to clean this thing up and change the rubber on the shifter. I thought I had a whole bunch of these things. I bought a whole bunch at one time, but I do have this Honda one. Appears to be maybe a tiny bit longer, but I think it'll work. I'll probably give it a shot. How about that? Got a Honda rubber on a Yamaha gear shift lever. I don't know if it's going to work. Put the wavy washer on. Back to the red and tacky grease. A very shiny brake pedal here. Red and tacky grease.